Hello, and a very warm welcome to all of you, the students of the Europe Hotel School. My name is Host's Name, and as a specialist in AI for the hotel industry, I am absolutely thrilled to be with you today. We're going to be talking about what I believe is the single biggest shift in how luxury hotels will find their future leaders. Leaders like you. Think of this as a special masterclass, a look behind the curtain at the future of talent acquisition in our industry. Honestly, what you're about to learn is going to give you a massive advantage as you step into your first leadership roles. So I really encourage you to lean in because this is the stuff that will set you apart. All right, so here's our plan for this session. First, we're going to unpack something called the passive talent problem, basically why the old ways of hiring just don't work anymore. Then we'll get into the exciting part, the AI sourcing solution. We'll even look at how the technology works under the hood. From there, we'll connect it to the real world and talk about the strategic business impact. And we'll wrap up by looking at what this all means for you and your future role as a talent scout. Okay, let's get right to it. We have to start with the fundamental challenge facing our industry, the passive talent problem. You and I know that in luxury hospitality, the quality of your people, well, it's everything, isn't it? It's the entire product, and that's exactly why the old recruitment methods are failing us. You know, your own school said it best. The most exceptional talent are rarely browsing job boards. Just stop and think about that for a second. The best of the best, the top general managers, the most creative executive chefs, the head concierges who know everyone, are they sitting at home scrolling through job sites? No way. They're busy being brilliant. They are the people you want, and the hard truth is, they are not looking for you. And that brings us to this really key term, the passive candidate. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine the top sommelier in London. She's winning awards, she loves her team, she's not going anywhere. But what if you could approach her with a once-in-a-lifetime chance to build a cellar from scratch for a brand new 5-star hotel? Well, now you've got her attention. That is a passive candidate. She wasn't looking, but she's absolutely open to the right opportunity. You can really see the massive difference in approach right here. The old way, the reactive way, it's like fishing with a big, clumsy net. You just throw a job ad out there and kind of hope you catch something good. The new way, the proactive way, is more like being a strategic hunter. You identify your target, you learn about them, you build a relationship, and you create this amazing pipeline of talent that's ready to go when you are. In our business, you just can't afford to wait and see who shows up. You have to go find the best. So the big question is, if the absolute best people aren't applying for our jobs, how on earth do we find them? Well, that's where the AI sourcing solution comes into play. This is the technology that finally gives us the power to make that crucial jump from being reactive to truly proactive. The piece of tech that makes all this possible is called an AI aggregator. A great example of this is a platform called SeekOut, and I'm telling you, tools like this are a total game changer. They let us find exactly the right people way faster, with incredible accuracy, and from a talent pool that's bigger than we ever could have imagined. Okay, so how does this magic actually happen? Let's pop the hood for a minute and see how this technology really works. And don't worry, you absolutely do not need to be a tech guru to get this. It's actually pretty intuitive. First, you have to get your head around the scale of this. We are not talking about just one website like LinkedIn. No. These platforms are pulling together data from close to 1 billion. That's billion with a B, profiles from all over the public internet. We're talking professional forums, articles, lists of conference speakers, you name it. It's like having a search engine for people's careers, and it searches every single corner of the web. So here's how you'd actually use it. With a feature like SeekOut Assist, the whole thing becomes incredibly smart. First, you just tell the AI in plain language what you're looking for. Something like, I need a director of rooms for a luxury resort in the Maldives who speaks fluent Russian. Then the generative AI acts like this genius research assistant and instantly builds the perfect complex search query for you. And then this is the amazing part. It goes a step further and starts suggesting other similar people based on their accomplishments. It's like having a whole team of expert recruiters working for you 24/7. But it gets even better. The AI looks for what we call expertise markers. This is so cool. It can find that perfect head concierge, not by their job title, but because it spotted their name in the Les Clé d'Or membership list, or saw they were a keynote speaker at a luxury travel summit. And then there are the deep insights. This is pure strategic intelligence. The system can actually show you which of your competitors might be about to lose key talent, or which cities have the highest concentration of the specific skills you need. See? This isn't just recruiting anymore, it's competitive intelligence. The technology is obviously impressive, right? But let's get down to brass tacks. what does all of this actually mean for the business, for the bottom line? Let's talk about the real-world impact and how this creates a massive competitive advantage. If there's one thing you take away from this, it's this. The goal is no longer just filling a job. The new goal is building a continuous talent pipeline. That means you are always looking, always nurturing relationships with top talent, even when you don't have an opening. Why? Because when a critical role suddenly becomes vacant, you're not panicking and starting from zero. You already have a hand-picked list of amazing people you know. This is how you protect the guest experience. And the impact on efficiency is just huge. Take a look at this. The old traditional process can take weeks, sometimes months, and every single day that a key role like a restaurant manager sits empty, you're losing money, you're burning out your team, and you are risking a drop in service quality. With proactive sourcing, you can absolutely slash that time to hire, getting the best person in place without those costly delays. There's another really powerful aspect to this. Many of these platforms have built-in filters that let you hide things like names or photos during that first screening phase. And this is so important. It helps remove unconscious bias from the process, and it ensures that you're focused 100% on skills, on experience, on pure capability. It's about building the absolute strongest team you can based entirely on merit. Okay, so let's bring this all home. Let's talk about you, because this isn't just about some fancy new technology. This is about your future. This is about your mandate as a leader in hospitality. What we're seeing is a fundamental redefinition of what it means to be a leader who hires. In the past, the job was often just being a resume reviewer, sitting back and waiting for applications to come in. But the future, your future, is to be a talent scout. You're an intelligence operative, a strategist who actively hunts for the very best talent in the marketplace. You are going to be a hunter, not a gatherer. And that really brings me to my final question for you today. A question I want you to carry with you throughout your entire career. As a leader, are you going to sit back and wait for great talent to find you? Or are you going to go out and find it? The choice you make will directly define the quality of your teams and ultimately the success of your properties. The future of luxury hospitality is truly in your hands. Thank you so much for your time.